don't have another
form.
intro.
You do.
No. Oh, we're on. Well, welcome to the Coach Cameron podcast on this Valentine's Day. Who's your Valentine's? Ryan, do you have a Valentine?
I don't have one. Thanks for asking, though.
I'm sorry. Ryan doesn't have a Valentine, but she would like to have a Valentine by 2022. Just send me an email at coachcameronpodcast@gmail.com and let me know your stats, what kind of job you have, what your motive. What?
That's very important.
It is important. What's your motivation? Do you get up early? Do you work hard? Are you able to date my daughter? You have to be a supreme human being to make that happen. But anyways, I'm wearing my professional jersey, Arizona Sand Sharks.
Oh yeah, when you showed me that,
it has my name and everything.
I can't pin my finger on what the Sand Sharks are.
I couldn't wear this 4 years ago. Wait, what? You don't know who the Sand Sharks are?
Just kidding. No.
Well, you weren't alive.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah,
Is it your high school team? No.
It's my first professional. I signed a contract. I made a lot of money. I played in the arena where the Suns play.
You know, I can't find your Wikipedia page anymore.
Well, I'm not wiki worthy.
You were at some point.
Well,
it's weird because you're much more present on the internet now.
Whatever. People have to actually, I think, submit something. But apparently there was false information put about me and they took it down. That's how wiki works. So, yeah. So I already know where we're at. Oh, we're taking questions on Facebook, YouTube, but we're also available on Twitter, LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn might not be working, but we're on a lot of platforms live. Or go to coachcameron.com for direct access to past shows and whatever else we're doing. But if you'd like to be on the podcast, go to coachcameronpodcast@gmail.com and send me an email and let me know why you want to be on the podcast, and we'll get you on. Disclaimer about this podcast. It's a podcast that has educational purposes based on youth soccer development in America, how to date my daughter on Valentine's. And I'm hopeful through this podcast we can learn a lot about what works and what doesn't, and whatever is presented on this podcast purely is for entertainment purposes or potential educational purposes. That is a hoax. This episode is brought to you by AZ Houseman. AZ Houseman is led by Brett and Charlie Dreffs, who work with both buyers and sellers to help clients have a great experience. Learn more at azhouseman.com, your neighborhood realtor. That is azhouseman.com. Now, they just had a baby, Charlie and Brett.
Wait, are you actually being sponsored by these people?
Well, why else would I put them on here?
I don't know. You usually have fake sponsors.
They're not fake. These are real people. AZ Houseman is a great realtor. But, yeah, how else are we funding this operation? Has to be through sponsors. If you would like to sponsor and be part of this show, let me know. Email me at coachcameronpodcast@gmail.com or send me, a message on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere, and I'll get back to you, depending on the size of the sponsorship. So, but they have a baby. They have a brand new baby. They just had it like a week ago.
That's good for them. They're a little family company.
It is. So this is a Valentine's special. And speaking of love, we have another pedophile that emerges in youth soccer.
Speaking of love.
Yeah, speaking of love, this Yahoo, this is Hugh McVeigh. So in a video hearing, McVeigh offered an apology to the girl's family, and he says this: "I feel terrible about the outcome of this whole deal and all the people that I hurt in the meantime," he said. No, he's not sorry. He's sorry he got caught. So charges say McVeigh had sex with a girl younger than 17 in April and May at the home in Kirkwood. He admitted Friday to having a written letter to the girl's parents admitting he had sex with the girl. Yeah, it's disgusting. Grant Boyd, a lawyer for the girl, said on the video call that she and her family had no objection to the sentencing recommendation from the prosecutors. I didn't even know what to do. In another article, it says a former coach for a prominent regional youth soccer club was sentenced to probation Friday after pleading guilty in St. Louis County Circuit Court to charge of having a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old player. That dirtbag. But I found another article, Ryan, that said, so what club is this? Lou Fouz, Loufuz. Lou Fouz girls soccer team in June. I mean, this guy is a complete dirtbag. Oh, wait, he has a more criminal history, Ryan.
He does?
Yeah. Is your mic even on? You can just leave it on.
Not when I'm clicking.
Oh, okay. His criminal history includes a run-in with St. Charles County Police in May 2019 when police say he was driving against oncoming traffic and almost hit a police patrol car. After a chase reaching 60 to 85 miles per hour, McVeigh crashed his Ford Bronco. Ford Bronco. There's a lot of Ford Bronco stories. Near a middle school and fought the officer who was trying to arrest him, only allowing himself to be handcuffed after the officer hit him twice in the face. Charging documents said. What? And then he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor charges of resisting arrest and driving while intoxicated, and was sentenced to probation and alcohol educational program, court says. And he was able to go back to coaching. Sure, why not?
Ew.
What?
Ooh,
oh, yeah.
that's the whole thing.
Yeah. In Arizona, we have to fill out a background check every year. Apparently, this guy doesn't, or that club doesn't do it. They don't do background checks.
So he was coaching the girls' soccer team, and then one of the players on the team he had sex with?
A couple times, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I always wonder about the love that a lot of male coaches have about coaching girls. It's like, oh, I'm a girls' soccer coach. Who would you like to coach? I would like to coach on the girls' side. I just have a better rapport with them. They're sickies. They're a problem. I prefer to coach men.
Sexist.
I am a sexist. I choose that. Even though I do coach girls soccer.
You do?
Yeah, Millennium High School.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm a hypocrite. It was the only job open at the time. I'm trying to balance, coaching men at college, and I need experience coaching girls, because if a women's job does open in college, I might entertain taking that job. Mainly because of Title IX, there's just so many more jobs at the college level on the women's side than on the men's. And I've applied before, and they've said, oh, you have no experience. Well, I have experience now. Not because I choose to, but I do love the Millennium girls soccer team. They're good. Very good. And I just sit and watch, and they do very well without me. Next up, we have visa problems. Just real quick, I got to cover the visas problem. And we have Dr. Hylot coming on. I'm very excited about that. So there's the FBI is going after basically the Women's Professional Soccer League. So Phil Murphy, Sky Blue soccer team, is named in a fraudulent visa investigation. And Phil Murphy is the governor of, I don't know, some state. Let's look it up. Sky Blue FC, the professional women's soccer team co-owned by Governor Phil Murphy and his wife, Tammy, has been named in an immigration scheme that has led to federal charges in the widening visa scandal. Neither of the Murphys have been charged or accused in court documents of wrongdoing, but their club is named as one of the 7 professional teams that participate in the visa program that illegally brought foreign coaches and scouts to the United States, according to the documents filed in the U.S. District County in Boston on Friday. So what I think's going on, they're using soccer as an excuse to get internationals moved over to the United States, and they're probably accepting money. We don't have all the details. They're probably just accepting money to get um, you know, internationals into the United States. I don't know why they want to come to the United States, Ryan. It
No,
isn't
we're terrible and
the
racist.
U.S. is it's the United States is racist.
Disgusting here.
Yeah, it's so bad. I mean, uh, it's just a bad place.
I mean, can you name any other country where every single white person is inherently a racist?
How dare you say that?
It's just the
You
fact.
you need to be careful with the words that come out of your mouth. You're going to get us all in trouble and canceled. Feds charge youth soccer executive in probe of visa practices with pro teams. Federal authorities have charged a high-ranking executive of a former Waltman-based national youth sports business as they investigate whether company officially violates immigration laws by allegedly bringing more than 100 foreign soccer coaches into the United States under the pretense they would work as scouts of professional teams, including now defunct Boston Breakers. So there's a big investigation, and now they're bringing it all up. You know, we're concerned about the southern border. We need a wall. Well, we need to stop. I mean, we have more. It's more dangerous to have foreign coaches come over here and teach our youth because they're ruining them because they're not playing good soccer from what I see. And I do not love that aspect of this country. We rely on accents so the parents feel better about their child getting abused. So,
Oh my.
I know that's right. Yeah.
So
I believe.
wait, they were bringing soccer coaches, not soccer players?
Coaches.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, why don't they just hire them? But yeah.
Well, they tend to do that.
Mm-hmm.
AYSO is I did a couple of shows ago. There was a UK coach that came over and raped some kid repeatedly through their AYSO UK experience, where the coaches stay in families' homes so they can put their children at risk.
You're kidding.
No, that's what happens. ODP. I want to talk about ODP because I love ODP. So ODP is taking credit to, for the U.S. 17 women's national team virtual camp. So Thursday, February 11th, 2021, this is what ASA says. The U.S. U17 women's national team held a virtual camp in February, and 4 Arizona players participated in it. Attending the virtual camp was goalkeeper Jennifer Groves from SC Del Sol, defenders Talia, I think it's Curry from the Phoenix Rising, and Brooke Fabry from Phoenix Rising, and midfielder Anna Kastenfeld from Utah Royals FC, which is based in Arizona. And Fabry, Curry, Groves have all participated in Arizona ODP. ASA is taking credit for their success at the making the national camp virtual, whatever that thing is. I don't even know how real it is, but ODP decided, ASA is like, oh, let's say they participate in ODP. Therefore, we had a hand in it. Therefore, more people are registered for the bogus program of ODP. It's not Olympic. There is no development. And the program is average. Well, the program's great because it's a fundraiser for ASA. Here's the problem I have for ASA. This is why I can't have ASA be mine through this Valentine's Day. Is because instead of using the amount of money they bring in to really go into the inner cities and doing something special and actually creating an ODP inner city program where they actually go after players that are technical, that come from the game, that love the game, that watch the game, that have been playing soccer since they're walking, and develop those players, they won't do it because they're going to spend their money on administration. ASA gets more money and they create more administrators. That's what they do. They're no different than U.S. Soccer. The U.S. Soccer's a travesty, and since ASA is right under it, and I'm getting texts. Oh, do we have practice? Yes, we have practice tomorrow, Phoenix College, 7 a.m. I'll see. Uh-oh.
Sorry, that was my mic.
Okay, so 7 a.m., Phoenix College will get up on President's Day and not celebrate the holiday because I'm not a fan of our current president or the last president. I don't celebrate President's Day. I'm not celebrating that because it's been a unloving show.
You weren't a fan of the last president?
No,
Okay.
no, he's a crazy man. I liked him more than Biden, but
I had you pegged for the Patriot Party.
no, I'm in the Dave Cameron party. I like Ronald Reagan, but and we're never getting one of those again ever.
Interesting choice.
Ah, Ronald Reagan's awesome. Anyways, yeah, ODP. You do the fundraiser, but use it for good. But they don't. They don't. They think they do, but they don't. I love science, Ryan. Do you love science, Ryan? If
I
we,
hate it with like a passion.
oh, okay. Well, I like science. I like my science,
That's
not your science
I
or
like
any.
psychology science, but
The
science of the mind.
okay, that does make sense. And by the way, you can comment. I don't even know. Is anyone even watching this show?
About 4 people. You
See,
should have
that's big time.
advertised.
You 4 people are so important to me. And for the ones that are watching on Facebook, the 4 people,
5.
you 5. Wow, you could do if you want to support this podcast. Go to YouTube and subscribe, and watch from YouTube, which would be ideal because that's the platform I'd like to grow, and that would be ideal.
What's funny is that literally exactly a week ago, I was telling you should give me control over your social media, and you're like, I will. It just didn't happen.
I didn't even promote this podcast.
No,
And
but if I was controlling your social media, I would have.
all right. So Ryan asked me before this podcast, like, why do you do it live? I'm like, I like the stress of live. And she was trying to finish the Jack and Jet thing, and she takes way too long because she gets like way too into it. So we're moving the Jack and Jet challenges to next week, but we do have Dr. Hylot coming on shortly. He's a big fan, and he's pretty loud, Ryan, just a reminder. Dr. Hylot's loud in this bit, but we'll have him on real soon. But support all the channels, but YouTube in particular. I love science. So Tracy Beth Hoig, she's a doctor. She tweeted, she's youth soccer study 91,000 plus players and only one possible COVID transmission, unknown it from an adult or indoor/outdoors, lower incidence of disease in the contact versus individual training groups, and lower incidence in soccer players versus youth soccer. So Ryan, put up that big explanation of what she's talking about. And if you go to her Twitter, she actually has the 18-page documentation of this. So total population of the group of the 91,000 plus, 5,146 of them were training individual, 28,905 were non-contact, and 56,956 were in contact, non-distance, so they were in contact. Total cases, 21 for individual training, 58 for non-contact with distance of 6 feet, and 160 in contact soccer were in the contracted COVID or something. So total person days. So 318,591 all the way up to 4 million, over 4 million. And the rate, the incidence rate ratio, you can see on individual training was 0.0000785, the chance of contracting. And the non-contact 6 feet away was 0.0000369. And the contact with no distance was 0.0000423. So I don't know. Can you understand that? Take that overlay off. You can go to her Twitter and get that 18-page report. So that's science. That's her science. But do you believe her science or only your science that you believe? And that's the weird world we live in. From my experience, COVID is transmitting indoors, not outdoors. That's just from my experience of what I've seen, being at the soccer fields outside, and it's packed, by the way. It was just at Fair Farm. Packed. No COVID spreading. It's inside, and it's a different kind of contact, but sports is really not causing it, which makes sense to me. But we do have Dr. High a lot, and since he's a doctor, and I listen to Dr. High a lot and his science, and he has interesting thoughts on this. So let's bring up Dr. High a lot. I believe in science. You should believe in science. And here's some science for you. I'm a doctor, board certified doctor. So certified, they allowed me to have 7 Valley locations of Get You Higher. And I can get you higher with the green supply that is offered at every location throughout the Phoenix metro area. I can get you the correct dosage of green oxygen that you're needing to inhale on a daily basis to fight off the nasty COVID. And this is what happens when COVID particles are spewed all over the place by those not wearing a double mask, find themselves inside your lungs. And as they travel down inside your lungs to try to destroy you, my green supply attacks those particles through green energy and destroys them. And they cannot, I repeat, cannot harm you. It's because of the green power that is put in. It's science. And if you believe in science, especially my science, because my science is real science, because I haven't got COVID, I'll never get COVID, because I'm on the green supply 7 days a week. And you can be on the green supply 7 days a week at any one of my 7 locations. Come see me at a high supply store near you. I'm out here. Goodbye. So Dr. Highlot, he's a good friend of mine. He hooks me up with the green supply, and it's good, and it does protect you. Now the green supply I speak of is broccoli, lettuce, leafy greens, plant-based, that kind of stuff. That's what I do. Yeah, so that's Dr. Highlot, and he'll be back a lot of times, I think. So that is our show. Quick and to the point. The show was supposed to have two past players of mine, because I'm loving doing that, because having Joe Jaju and Carlos Villa on the show was spectacular. That was an awesome time. And the 2 guests that I was going to have on are both recently divorced, so they don't have a Valentine. So it was perfect, and they ruined my Valentine show. So I just made it happen because I want to be here, except for Super Bowl Sundays. Every week, Sunday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's our show. Big thanks to IT Ryan. Thanks, Ryan. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You need to learn how to switch quicker. And Dr. Highlight, always grateful for him. So thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again next week for our next live show with hopefully 2 more past players. And also we have a daily podcast Monday through Friday. Actually have Monday's episode already done with more advice on youth soccer development for parents and coaches. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Google Play, iTunes, or wherever else podcasts are found, or go to coachcameron.com for direct access to our content. See you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Peace.